Hi, my name is Matthew Bubenheim, and I will be presenting to you my MEMS 5001 project report for the spring of 2022. The project that I chose was optimizing a route for Hot Rod Drag Week that started in my home city and ended in my home city, traversing over 1,000 miles and attending race day events at 4 different tracks before finishing at my home track. Ultimately, what I ended up doing, because the adventure side of my brain got the best of me, was creating my own event, the Hot Rod Hoorah, and a subroute for Hot Rod Drag Week. The Hoorah event optimizes the best route to visit all 70 of the quarter-mile drag strips in the continental US. You know, not including Alaska and Hawaii. And the Drag Week route optimizes a route that hits 4 drag strips and totals a distance traveled of greater than 1,000 miles. A little bit of background on the solution I chose is the traveling salesman method. I used this style of optimization with one salesman that traveled to all 70 destinations using latitude and longitude to calculate the distances between locations. The first solution method I did was the Hot Rod Hoorah. That encompassed a complete route through all 70 of the 1/4 mile tracks, and the latter is the Hot Rod Drag Week, which was the initial proposal, which provided a route from your home track to the 4 closest tracks that you can visit over a span of 5 days while traveling more than 1,000 miles. This was essentially a smaller, more manageable trip that you could take as an ultimatum to the large 70 destination trip. The traveling salesman problem was solved using MATLAB and contained 2 constraints. There must be an equal number of trips for the stops, and each stop must be attached to 2 trips, arrival and departure. On your right, you can see the graph depicting all 70 locations, which we'll cover in greater detail on the next slide. The first solution I came up with was the continuous route. This solution connected all 70 quarter-mile tracks across the U.S., beginning and ending at Worldwide Technologies drag strip in Madison, Illinois, which is my home track being a resident of St. Louis, Missouri. The map on the right shows that all 70 drag strips in the U.S. have an optimum route connecting them, and this is the route that would be taken for the Hot Rod Hoorah event, otherwise known as the continuous route in terms of MATLAB solving. Since there are no gaps between them, this route is known to be optimum. The sub-route results was a solution method that perfectly met the criteria outlined in my project proposal. With this solution method, the tracks in the neighboring states to St. Louis, Missouri were selected as a data set, and the traveling salesman method was applied to them, solving with an unconstrained solution set. The result is 4 tracks visited with a distance traversed of over 1,000 miles, starting and ending at Worldwide Technology Raceway in Madison, Illinois. For continuous work, it would be ideal to implement online map data. That way, instead of solving the problem using the hypotenuse or straight line distance, like the traveling salesman method does, it could be solved using real traffic routes, providing you with a legitimate distance traveled to know if you'll reach the 1,000-mile criteria outlined in the Hot Rod Drag Week rules without having to translate the track locations into Google Maps. Lastly, material reference was via the MATLAB and MathWorks online website. Thanks for watching.